So now that you have your box together, you have to cover it and let it get leather hard, a little bit more leather hard. And then when it's at the point where you can press on it and the sides aren't moving, or where you have that hollow sound, you can hear that this still has more water than this piece. So that's when you're going to start scraping it and you'll be ready to cut the lid in it. All right, so you just take your fettling knife, you hold it with two hands, you keep it parallel to the table and to the floor, and it will allow you to scrape off any of the extra slip that's on the top or anything that's crooked. You can also put your thumb here and actually pull it towards you. So I can tell that it's a little higher in some places than another, but you can actually hear it scraping. So I know that it's a little higher on this side than it is on the other side. And then you can, some of the clay is going to go over the edge, so you can just cut that off. A little bit of time, you don't want to cut too much. And you're going to be doing just a little bit on each side and then coming back and doing more. So you have to do that on all the sides. And depending upon how crooked your piece is, this might be something you'd have to do for a very long time. Or usually at the minimum it's about 20 minutes usually of scraping to get it as perfect as you can make it. And sometimes when you're scraping you can actually go on the diagonal as well. Make sure that it's not higher in the center. The other thing you can also do is there are little pieces of fired clay that are called grog, and they come to the surface when you scrape it. So you can take the flat part of your fettling knife before you're finished and kind of smooth it down, and it'll just tamp down those small pieces that look very granular, because they actually are granular. So if you want to smooth it, you can do that on all the sides. Okay, so then after you do that, then you basically are trying to find which is the best side or which is the worst side, so that the worst side can be down at the bottom. People don't see it. This edge. You just have to kind of move it towards yourself several times, see what you think is the best. I think that's going to do it. So since this is the top, this is the bottom, I'm going to write my name on the bottom so I'll remember that. And we're going to be doing a puzzle lid. And all you need for the puzzle lid is a ruler. And what a puzzle lid is each side is going to be, it can be different or it can be the same. If you make all the sides the same, you want to make one side that's slightly different. Like in this one, all the sides are the same. 3 of the sides are the same. And then this side is different, so I know that that's the way that the lid fits. So this is going to be a lidded form. It's called the puzzle lid because it'll lock in. And that way when you pick it up and you shake it, it doesn't move. So some of the things you're going to avoid is you're going to avoid what looks like teeth, like pumpkin teeth, because when you try to put your knife in there, you're going to knock off the point. You're going to avoid continuous right angles that look like a castle, because those pieces, when they're cut, when your clay piece starts to shrink or it gets fired, they warp ever so slightly and you can't get the lid out. You can't do a Z cut either because that's an undercut. And we're going to avoid a straight cut all the way through because that will slide off and we don't have time to make an inner flange. The other thing that doesn't work are continuous curves because the top will slide off. But any combination of those will work. So once you decide what's going to be the top, you can turn it over. There's the bottom, there's the top. You probably want to make all the sides come down about the same amount. So whether it's 1.5 inches or 2 inches, and you also want to make it flat when you put your knife through. If you change shape right after that edge, you'll be distorting it. So I'm just going to come down. I'm going to do all my edges at 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark that edge right there. I'm going to mark this edge 1.5 inches. Right around there. Just make sure I can see that. 1.5 inches here. So it'll be on both sides. 1.5 inches here. Okay, so once I'm doing it, you can decide I'm going to have this be the front piece. So I'm just going to come in. Oops. I did something. I mismeasured. Let's see. Oh, that's 1 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to have this. This one will be on a diagonal, which is fine. So I'll come in about. This will be the front then. It'll be the only one on a diagonal. So you always draw it first so you can catch any mistakes, such as the one I just made. And this one I'm going to come in. You can either pre-design it or you can wing it. And this one I'm going to make every side slightly different. But all kind of similar to the other one where this one piece comes down.